G'day, folks. Hello, gentlemen. Mighty men of valor. Alright, so, it's your resident Southern Red Pill man here. Oh, just gotta stretch. Anyway, so I'm out and about. I'm just chilling, recording. So, story time. This one's from personal experience, or from my life. So, alright. You know my stance on marriage, you know my stance on having kids and relationships and all that crap, right? I don't really care. If you do it, all power to you. Your freedom of choice, you know, gotta respect that. Fair enough. Hope it works out, but you take the chance flipping that coin. Because that's roughly, give or take, the probability you have of success or failure. Failure being, you know, possible divorce grapefruit, if you know what I'm saying. Family courts, that sort of stuff, life ruined, finances gone, and ongoing slavery to a woman, which is bad. Or you get the so-called success part, where you're attached to a liability until she's had enough of you, pretty much. And yeah, that's not a good place, and it's not a place that I want to be in. It works out for some people. Don't get me wrong, there are exceptions to the rule, and I actually like that, you know, there are successes out there, and women, a small, tiny slither of a minority of women don't actually screw over their men. I like that, that's good, that's how it should be, and that's healthy for both parties. They support each other, and they're actually a two-person team. Not just one carrying another on a pedestal above their shoulders, dragging their back down. Okay? Alright, so, enough of that. Story time. Okay, so, it goes back to, it's quite a long timeline actually. So, I'm just under 30 at the moment. Male in a Western country at the arse end of the world. Excuse me, just got a funny throat. You can pretty much narrow that down to a specific geographical area. So good luck if you can't. Alright, so this spans from high school until now, and probably ongoing for the rest of their lives. So I'm not saying they're close mates or anything, because, you know, I hardly contact them, you know. Yeah, find out who your friends really are, you know, 10 years down the track when they're still in contact and they still, you know, want to hang out, and, you know, they actually want to be friends, whatever. And the rest just fade away. And that's normal. That's, well, in a lot of cases it shouldn't be normal, but it is. And, you know, I'm fine with that, because I'd rather be mates with someone who actually wants to reciprocate on their end. So anyway, putting that aside, I keep diverting. That's bad. Okay, so high school. I'm not going to name names for the sake of privacy, because it's important to me, so I project that importance onto people in respecting theirs. So, people in high school who I didn't like and who, you know, I hung out with. Both ends of the spectrum, right? People you don't like and people that you get on with. On both ends, and a few in between actually. I know people in between as well. Who have either raised children with a woman or without. A lot of you red pill guys would know a lot about what I mean when I say without. Holy crap, that woman is fat. I'm in a car park right now to, yeah, you see all sorts of sights. Bloody hell. Oh, sheepers. That takes time to pack on those pounds. Anyway. Oh, that's hard to see. Anyway, so these individuals have gotten hooked up at some point, whether they're married, in a relationship, or just one night stand, whatever, I don't care. They're rearing kids now, and guess what? They don't have time for much. You know, if they're in it to win it and their woman supports them, if that's the situation, that's great, you know, two-person team, like I said before, that's good. that's healthy, and that's how, you know, at least in my mind, society should be built. You know, people supporting each other and healthy connections like that. So, yeah, they got kids now, or they've got some attachment, you know what I mean? Some woman so-called by their side, but realistically speaking, she's dragging him around, parading him around like a pony, saying, look what I've got! Look at this! It's, yeah, really embarrassing. I've got another story, hopefully I remember. This is just straight off the cuff, my personal experience through memories and observations, so yeah. They don't have time for crap. They used to be either the bad boy or the fun guy or the party animal. And guess what? They fell into the trap. Dick first. They fell into that trap P-nice first, man. Pig D first. You can thank Terrence Pop for that reference. Yeah, man, they don't have time for anything anymore. If they want to connect on Facebook and you see what they do, you know, it's all about the kids, it's all about, you know, family life. Not that there's anything objectively wrong with that, but boy oh boy are they different men to what they used to be. Even after high school, you know, you check your Facebook or whatever have you, Messenger or whatever you're connected with, excuse me, and yeah, you know, they're still partying it up. Yeah, life's awesome, I've left high school, you know, working and, you know, forging my own future, and this is going to be awesome, and then bang, all of a sudden, those statuses and those updates stop coming. And then you get the baby photos, or the updates saying, you know, bun in the oven, or bloody hashtag family life, or isn't the kid cute, or whatever have you, you know. Don't get me wrong, don't bomb on someone just because they're, you know, talking about their good family life, because it might be good, you know, it might be great, and I hope it is, but when you know someone beforehand, and then you see the changes, and then you see the aftermath of those changes, and it's not good for them, or they miss their former life, it's pretty blatant, and you can very obviously tell what's going on. There's the face they put on, and then there's the face that you read between the lines, man. There's the life you see before and after. You connect the dots, read between those lines, and compare yourself, not in a competitive way, but by a comparison of lifestyle change. Man, you can really see, man, they're trapped. They miss the freedom they had. They miss the spare time they had. They miss the connections they had. Their friends, hanging out with the lads, you know, hanging out with the boys. You know, having a good time with the mates. You know, having the money to spend. Having the time to actually do what they want, to pursue their, I don't know, whether it's creativity or a hobby or whatever, you know, go out motorcycling or whatever. Man, it's just, in some ways it's sad, but in other ways it's hilarious. Not in a way that's shitting on them, but just the contrast is just comical. The contrast between what they used to be and what they are now is just absolutely chuckle-worthy. But, yeah, and you see them, you know, you see them in real life, that smile's more or less gone, man. And when you talk to them, as I've talked to a couple of them that have still kept in contact, well, barely, but you know, that still exists. You talk to them, man, and they're, wow, something's just missing, eh? Their former self is just, it's just crushed, man. And they say to you, you know, oh, you haven't changed, you know, some parts of you, man, haven't changed. Like, they say that to me. And I go, well, I've just been doing my own deal, you know. I keep myself in shape. I work hard, and I'm, reasonably financially responsible, and I guard myself. I take care of myself too. But they forgot about the whole guarding yourself thing. They took the risk, man. Back in the day, high school, shortly after, whatever, parties, all sorts of stuff. They're like, oh yeah, hot chicks and all sorts. It's like, yeah, that's cool, good on you, but even back then, before I left high school, like 16, 17, excuse me, I read between the lines even back then. Not as much as I do now, but I just like, whoa, these chicks are freaking crazy. I see what they do to my friends and all the guys I used to hang out at high school, and man, excuse me, man, that's getting bad. Even back then, they were being led around by their Johnson. That was embarrassing. I just, ugh. Yeah, the sex would have been great because, just of age, young, hot, exciting, would have been great, but for about 10 minutes at a time. Then you got to deal with the liability afterwards, them chasing you down, wanting you to commit, all sorts of stuff, let alone the legal liability. Oh my goodness me. That is bloody petrifying. Screwed for life. I'll quote I'll paraphrase a line from Terence Pop. He's one of my favourites. You'll hear him come up in conversations. You'll hear him be brought up by myself. Something along the lines of this, referring to sex, right? And 7 to 10 minutes on the run. No, not on the... Man, I screwed that up. Alright, let's start again. 10 minutes of fun, 18 to 25 years on the run, right? That's referring to child support, possible alimony, all sorts of bullshit that goes on, right? That's the legal liability after the fun, the fun times. I just couldn't believe the man I saw after they got hooked up with a woman, or had kids, or got married, whatever, wasn't the same as who they were, man. I was just blown away by how much they just lost who they were, man. And just talking to them, it was hearing their lives after what happened, hearing what they get excited about. Excuse me, man, that's shit. Just hearing about what they get up for in the morning, what excites them, what they consider fun, is nowhere near what it used to be. Not even a smidgen close to what they used to think, And, oh man, even those that say they're happy, you can see what's gone. You could, especially like myself, like you knew them beforehand. And in some cases you knew them very closely. They were once part of your inner circle. Like you're a tight-knit bunch of lads, your mates, It just pains me, man. I feel for them. It's their choice, but I care enough. I tell them, is this... excuse me, is this... how's it working out? Is this what you wanted? Or in some cases, talking to people that have recently gotten in a relationship, and there are, how can I say, little two-legged complications in the mix, if you know what I mean. Not that there's anything objectively wrong with, you know, having kids, but taking care of someone else's, that's... ugh, cringe, man. Ugh, not for me. I'll take my hat and I'll walk around. Oh, bloody hell. This has been a bit of a long one, but man, I'm just blowing off steam here. Oh, yeepers. Bloody hell. Man, they change. They say it's going to be awesome forever. Well, I'm almost 30 and they're a similar age, if not older. And boy, she's going to hit the wall bloody hard. Because most Western women, well, from what I've seen, and who I've known before, it's just, man, you just see it, they hit the wall fast. They can cover it with makeup, they can cover it with surgery, they can do all sorts of stuff, but at the end of the day, say it with me, gentlemen, the wall takes no prisoners! The wall claims them all, baby! Men are not exempt, but man, we have a far longer fuse than they do. Oh boy. They're going to hit the wall very soon. And if they're crazy and hot, which a couple of them that I knew those guys, their partners are, you know, what I've seen, there's definitely an element of crazy in there. And it's not just a teaspoon, lads, it's a scoop. And they're pretty hot, so, you know, what's thinking and what's going on in their thinking, mate. That's another Terrence Pop reference. Man, I love that guy. What's going on in their brains is, oh, she's so crazy, but she's so hot. She's hot crazy, you know, she's crazy hot. I like that, you know, that's spicy on the tongue. Excuse me. But once that hot attraction goes away, once they hit that wall at lightning speed, they're just going to be left with some crazy freaking entitled, annoying, psycho cow. Not that I wish it upon them, but boy oh boy is it common. Man. Even back then, 16, 17 years old, I was, you know, everyone dick thinks at that. Every dude dick thinks at that age, you know, you're dick thinking, let's be real. Okay, I was, you were, you know, every dude is. But I had at least just enough foresight to read between the lines, just enough. Reading between the lines, just seeing the truth, just enough. Taking just enough red pill. Realizing just enough of what reality really was, boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying? I had just enough clarity to read between those lines and say, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good for now. I'm not over that crazy bitch. Even though she's hot as hell, she'll give you hell once she's got you. Even after one time, she'll get you. Because it's not her with you. It's excuse the pun, coming into her domain. Oh, man. Anyway, I better stop blabbering on.